that like my journey with God has definitely, this 2025 has just gone like this. Like he has showed out. He has done things for me in timing where I'm like, this is crazy, amazing, and scary. Like God is, he always shows up when you need him to, right? And I wasn't as strong of a believer, I guess. I mean, I guess I always believed, but it was the relationship. I'm like, you're there, I'm here, and it's all my work. And, you know, and of course you want the best for me. So you're just going to let me, if I work hard, I'm going to get whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I think certain things happened, especially over the last couple of years, especially financial, that got really difficult for me. And I had to really look at like old money wounds or just the way I was, you know, raised. And you just kind of reflect back on the past. And so I started this thing. I saw it where I see everything on Instagram. And it was like, how like the Wealth Mastery Challenge or something. It's this guy that talks about like, he basically goes over Proverbs for like 30 days. And I was like, I don't even know who I am right now, but I'm signing up for this. Like, okay. And if he talked about like, if you put God first, then like he'll take care of the rest.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm all for it. That's what I've been kind of just like doing. That's the one thing I have been doing daily. If I can,
Wow.
sometimes I don't tune in.
Yeah.
It's like a little quick 30-minute thing.
Yeah.
But it's been really, really nice.
But it's something that you chose for you, like almost like for your healing journey as well. It
Yes.
wasn't like you were like, oh, this is my goal and I'm going to complete it and I'm signed up and I'm committed and I'm going to see a gold star at the end of the day.
Yes, yes.
You know, like other reasons why we do it, right? Or whatever, you're going to go to the gym or you're going to do whatever things you put on there, like most of them, right? I don't know. I kind of remind. I mean, that's an amazing thing for you to.
I know. I was
You're
like,
day
I don't know who I
13.
am, but
I'm proud of you.
me too. I know my mama would be proud.
Everybody's proud
She's
of
like,
you.
oh yeah, I've seen. Welcome back to Delulu Magic in 2026. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It is our new year for both of us.
It's crazy. We literally started this podcast a year ago. I feel like we were filming either this, like, I think in a week.
Yes, a year ago. I just sent you the photo that a year ago we came and met with our momager and we gave her the idea. We pitched her our idea and our terrified voices.
Gabby was always like, okay, now you pitch it. And I'm like,
what am I pitching?
Okay. I was like, I don't know.
And anyway, so here we are back in the new year, trying to get it together.
Trying to get it together. I'm grateful. First of all, I just want to start off with like anybody that's ever viewed the podcast or commented, just grateful for being able to do this with my best friend, like being brave enough, like taking the leap. There's so many times we could have made excuses to just be like, hey, we're too busy. Let's just like pause it or stop it. So I'm going to give ourselves a pat on the back today.
Yes, girl. You deserve it.
Yes.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to actually sit this year and be like, yes, we did amazing. We've done amazing. And even starting in this new year, we both, you know, we are not the same people we were last January.
I know. It was really nice. I know for me, I feel like I learned so much in 2025, really over the past 5 years. And it was some rough ass years for me. I feel like it was, I think, the roughest period, but it's the period that I have learned the most about life, but about myself, what I'm willing to accept, what I'm not willing to accept, like boundaries, which I never even knew that you should put those in place like until my 40s. But I feel like this is the first time, and I want to hear about you too, but that in 2026, this is the first time that I've allowed myself time to bring it in slowly and peacefully. So I want you guys to think about that. When was the last time you allowed yourself to bring in the new year, but in a peaceful, like slower way versus I think we always start setting our resolutions. And then on January 1st, it's like, okay, let's go to the gym. And that's great. Like we should, I think, have resolutions, right? Ways to maybe be better in certain aspects. But we just go in so hard and it's already trying to be so productive. I'll tell you, these last 2 weeks, I've been lazy. I did nothing. I'm just checking in now, and I'm happy. I'm proud of myself.
Yes, I am.
I
proud
used to judge myself for that, like, oh, like God, what are you doing? But it was really nice. I mean, now I got to start, but
you're focused.
Yes,
is what I called it. No, we both did it. I would be right at the same path with Paula. I would never. Holidays were a shit show always, and I feel like I by the time January came, I was like, I need order, I need like discipline. I'm sick of everything. Take it all away, and I'm gonna go and be committed for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then burn out again. And I didn't do that, right? Like
Mhm.
struggled with a lot of guilt because I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing. Like
Mhm.
I did go work out, but because I was like, you know what, my body, I need to move my body because I was so tight, just wear and tear, I call it, over the past few months. So that was about it. But every day I listened to myself, and it was like slow days. Like, okay, what do I need to do? Again, very privileged life, but I was like, okay, back to work. It was kind of like I'm still mentally checked out, but I need to do it. I did do it. But personal, I made a lot of choices that I allowed.
Mhm.
And that's crazy to say I allowed myself to, I'm not going to do that. Or, this is uncomfortable, but I'm not going to sacrifice my peace or my
Mhm.
rest or whatever to pretend I need to be doing these whatever metrics I put for myself of January.
That I
And
like that I put for
yes,
myself
yeah, yeah,
because we
because
do it to
nobody did it to
ourselves.
me. Nobody was like, "Hey, are you signed up to go work out? Did you go clean out the pantry so you're not eating all the crap that's in there? Or
Yeah.
are you taking out the wine?" Like,
Mhm.
so no, I have not. And it's winter, and you know what I have loved about social media? I'm not gonna feel guilty about it anymore, because I did feel like for a long time, I'm like, I need that's too much on my brain. I'm aware that it's just like what I eat. If I take in too
Mhm.
much, it's good and bad.
Yeah.
So I've listened the past few weeks. A lot of like winter is not, we're not supposed to be like going this hard, or like it's like we're like little animals, whatever. It's hibernating time. It's
Yeah.
cold. It's darker. We need more rest. We need more softness. I never actually thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Like, who decided in January at the start, in the middle of this like gloomy weather? Think about it. Like, our bodies are made to kind
Mhm.
of have seasons, right? I feel like, like I feel
I
like that.
agree.
So I'm seeing that as seasons, and then seasons with life. So being gentler,
Mhm.
and then I think I've seen it the same. We hadn't seen each other in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So today when we got here, I said that to her. I was like, you just look really good. And it's like, we're like both like, yeah, because New Year started for us yesterday. We both showed up.
I know. We should start a new trend. It should be like start
Yes.
all your quote unquote New Year's resolutions or all things in spring. Cuz then it's like a time to plant, right?
Yeah.
And
Your
so,
seeds.
yes.
Well, yeah, I think and a lot, it gives us a little bit more space, like coming from the holidays, whatever you want to call them, however you do them, it's very intense. And
Oh,
then you got to show up, like that whole middle of the week, New Year's Eve, that threw me off. I was like, is it Tuesday, Monday,
oh,
Wednesday? What day is it? I have no idea. And then start over and pretend like now you have to be this fresh new person. Like, who said the fuck?
yeah.
I can't tune that out. Like, I need to be.
I also feel like December is so because you're so busy, right? Especially as moms. I feel like a lot of our
Yes.
listeners are
Yeah.
moms or women that juggle everything. Even if you're not a mom, you were just there, right? We were
A
a
human. Yes.
responsibility, or yeah, even humans. But yes, a lot of women we just
Yeah.
over
Extend ourselves.
extend ourselves. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so December is like a month of doing, and I really like January. I've kind of been planning a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more,
Yeah.
Uh, and not even just trying to figure out what last year was
Mm-hmm.
like, what I learned,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started this really cool thing, which for our listeners, like people know that like my journey with God has definitely this 2025 has just gone like this. Like he has showed out. He
Mm-hmm.
has done things for me in timing where I'm like, this is crazy, amazing, and scary. Like God is, he always shows up when you
Mm-hmm.
need him to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't as strong of a believer, I guess. I mean, I guess I always believed, but it was the relationship. I'm like, you're there, I'm here, and it's all my work. And,
Mm-hmm.
of course you want the best for me. So you're just going to let me, if I work hard, I'm going to get whatever I want.
Yeah.
Um, and I think certain things happened, especially over the last couple of years, especially financial, that got really difficult for me. And I had to really look at like old money wounds or just the way I was, raised. And you just
Mm-hmm.
kind of reflect back on the past. And so I started this thing. I saw it where I see everything on Instagram. And it was like, how like the wealth mastery challenge or something. It's this guy that talks about like he basically goes over Proverbs for like 30
Mhm.
days.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't even know who I am right now, but I'm signing up for this.
Mhm.
Like, okay. And if he talked about like if you put God first, then like he'll take care of the rest.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm all for it. That's what I've been
Mhm.
kind of just like doing. That's the
Mhm.
one thing I have been doing daily. If I can,
Wow.
sometimes I don't tune in.
Yeah.
It's like a little quick 30-minute thing,
Yeah.
but it's been really, really nice.
But it's something that you chose for you, like almost like for your healing journey as well. It
Yes.
wasn't like you were like, oh, this is my goal and I'm going to complete it and I'm signed up and I'm committed and I'm going to see a gold star at the end of the day.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like other reasons why we do it, right? Or whatever, you're going to go to the gym or you're going to do whatever things you put on there, like most of them, right? I don't know. I kind of remind. I mean that's an amazing thing for you to.
I know. I was
You're in
like, I
day
don't know who I
13.
am, but
I'm proud of you.
me too. I know my mama would be proud.
Everybody's proud
She's
of
like,
you.
oh yeah, I've seen.
There is, I think, yeah, finding this space that we both have found, or that coming from 2025 until 2026, we're both in a very developing relationship, we would call it, right?
Mhm.
Both of us in our spiritual journeys, and we're both finding our ways to make sure it is part of our lives, right? Like
Yeah.
like you said, like I was listening, obviously, where we learn everything, social media, and it was Instagram, and it was like a woman I really like how she speaks, and she's very well known like in the Spanish community, but she was talking about like her, I just told you it was like about the P's that she's gonna follow this year in her life. And I told Paul about it. And a lot of it is like, first it was like prayer, and it's like, yes, prayer, and then like patience and priorities, and then having like I like the playfulness, all the things that we don't think about. But the prayer always was like God being at the center. Like I don't even know really who we are, but
I
this is
don't.
how we speak now. It just will show it in every way of your life,
Mm-hmm.
every way, and we both have realized we wonder what it would have looked like had we found this younger, right? But
Yeah.
then it wouldn't have been our lives. We wouldn't have the same journey we went through. And I think that we're both at this perfect time that
Yeah.
we're in alignment and we're both finding exactly what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows in our actions. So, us starting this new year in this totally different way, which without even discussing it, because it's not like, I mean, we both do our own lives, but it was like, okay, and it's going to be okay that I can take this time away, that I can be, off the podcast. I don't need
Mm-hmm.
to be going 100% with everything. And then I could come back and I'm going to be okay. And everything's still okay. Like I like to say that a lot right now, that I'm like, things are still going to be here. If
Yeah.
God willing, we're still going to be here. The problems are going to be here. The work is going to be here. Everything's going to be here. But the moments we want to capture right now, a lot for both of us are, we're in a season of parenting, both of us. Paula has her oldest is second semester of senior year, if everybody knows what that's like. And then I've got my third, and just being really soft and savoring
Yes.
all of that, right? So by putting God first, I think we've been shown that, hey, we can have it. Like
Mm-hmm.
we can do it, and take away a lot of our guilt and our I should be doing.
Yeah.
I'm lacking because I'm not performing at 100%, or I can't have, all the
Mm-hmm.
balls
Yeah.
going at the same time. Like it's okay, just
And I feel like with God, like when I say God, it's like God, that I don't feel like it's something external. Like I'm like, I feel like I'm developing a relationship with myself as well, with me and like my internal, like,
Yeah.
right, the source. And it's just been, yeah, it's like you just move easier.
Yeah.
Like you move more confidently, you move in peace. And it's like, and maybe it's a little delusional too. I'm like, well, if that wasn't for me, if that wasn't meant, that, like that's why it's gone.
and
Sometimes it's like our plan and we get so
the
like,
control. Don't
yeah.
forget the control. We have cut that thing, and it will try to show its head for me, and it still tried to show its head. And I have to, I told Paul I bring in all my tools, and I'm like, okay, where I need my little mantras, I need my meditation, I need to go do some breath work, I need to just come back to what I need. I have my conversations with God, and those are like so special to me. Like even last week, I think I told you that I had a moment. I took a week to go move my daughter into college, and I had a lot of guilt because I thought New Year, I need to be here, I need to be working, I need to be for the other kids, all this stuff. And then I sat, and I told you this, that I was like, okay, God, well, I know that there was a purpose for me being here, why this had to be. And I was like, when was the last time you had this time with your daughter? You've wanted this time. You've cried about missing out on because you have the 4 kids, so you haven't been able to have just specific time, and you gave it to me. I
Mhm.
was like, thank you, God. Like, I was crying. I was sitting on the porch and I was like crying because I was like, thank you. Like, you gave me what I needed and what I
Yeah.
had wanted, and I'm so grateful. And where I had seen it previously in kind of moments that I was like, oh my gosh, no, you know, triggers that my responsibilities, I should be doing all that, and then I was like, no, remember, you're going back to what God wants,
Yeah.
and how he's gonna lead your life, and you're gonna follow it.
Yeah.
Right. And yes, my mom is proud of me too. When I talk like this, her eyes get all
My
like,
mother has
yes.
been waiting. She's always like, Dios
Yes,
quiere.
yes,
That
yes,
means like God
yes.
willing. And I would literally, I don't know why I would have this. Like, of course, God, Mom, why do you say that? Of course,
Yes.
God wants it because I
Yes.
want it.
Yes.
She's
And
just
I'm
like,
the one doing the work.
yeah,
I have
like,
to.
and
Yeah.
God loves me. So, of course, He wants like everything that I want.
Yes.
No, yeah. Yeah, our parents are happy.
And we're happy. It doesn't come without life, and life does life
Yeah.
daily. And we still have, our struggles, and we're just trying to be the people, both being the people we want to be and are now, is showing through our actions and what we've been doing, we're building, right? I feel like, it's
Yeah.
a day-to-day thing.
I know. It's pretty cool. And now the other thing I wanted to ask you, for me, I feel like just so like in that moment,
Yeah.
I feel like for everybody that just had the holidays, right? I know, and I was just talking to the lady at the bank because now I talk to people, guys. So that's fine.
Oh my gosh, my daughter told me, "Why do you talk to some people so much?" I'm like, because I like to talk to humans, and
Connection.
I
We
want to
need
know,
connection.
and people want you to eye contact sometimes. I don't know.
We're
She gets so annoyed.
so like hyper independent society, and there's like high functioning and just like not connecting. And I think that's the one thing that people need more of, just to feel seen and connect.
Humans, like, connect, like, hello.
Yeah, we're not just behind our phone. So one of the things that I did was, so we went to New York. I was really excited. So again, like the last couple of Christmases have been, like everybody gets what they need, but it's like those where you're like, you as a parent feel it, you kind of don't let the kids feel it. So I started working again, like restarted the business, and the last couple months have been really good. Like actually ever since Awaken, I swear, y'all, I was like, I don't know what's happening because I was already working on deals that should have been closing, I thought, earlier, and everything kind of just like whoosh,
Clicked.
happened in December. Amazing. It was crazy. But ever since then, I decided I'm going to take the kids to New York because I had been visualizing this in my head. That's kind of not what got me through 2025, Delulu. But I was just like, I know that when things get to where they need to be, I'm taking a trip to New York because I'd taken my youngest daughter there a couple years ago. And I have visualized this, no lie, at least 100 times. I visualize it during the day when I'm driving. I would visualize it like at night before I would go to sleep. But visualize it and like feel it. But play by play, I'd be like, oh, we're skating at the Rockefeller tree because we didn't do that last time. And then I'm going to surprise them with tickets to Harry Potter. And I'm like thinking of their faces. And lo and behold, December was great. And I was like, I'm doing it. Old me, old Paola would have been like, we're still not super financially set. Like, maybe it's not the right time. Use it for bills or use it for whatever. But I decided, and I allowed myself, because I wanted to break that pattern. I want to know that you can work hard, but you should reward yourself and play hard. I think as moms, as women, or as humans, sometimes we will withhold that, and we set this next goal. Like, it's always when I make this or when I do this, and then I'm gonna get this. But then you're like, no, wait, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. And it's usually things usually people will do for their family, but not for yourself. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not gonna do that this year. I got all the tickets. We did Harry Potter. We did Stranger Things. We went skating at Rockefeller Park. We got donuts. I ate everything. But my favorite part was the fact that I was not trying to be the way I visioned it in my head. I can get very locked in my ADHD. I'm like, okay, well, I want to make sure I'm on time to everything. And it goes this way because that's the way I saw it. So it has to be perfect the way I saw it. But I let that shit go for the first time ever. And I was like, sometimes we'd be late. I'm like, okay, we'll just, not to the shows, but some other things. And because I can get so controlling that then I ruin the experience for everybody. And it was so nice just being able to be myself, act silly, let them be themselves and be like, hey, you guys might argue, but we'll all be okay. Like it's going to be, fine.
Mhm.
It was so freeing. It was so nice. It was like my favorite trip that we've taken together in, I don't know, in a really long time. It
And
was
and
amazing.
you're growing adults, and you gifted yourself this
Yes.
time together, and to like you changed it. You didn't make up excuses, and you didn't, and the thing you didn't try to control.
Yes. Which is so
It's
difficult. Yeah.
like we have tried to release it. It's like the controlling thing. How much it has to do with our daily lives, and then the memories we create come back to that whole moment, because like you said, we destroy a whole moment based on my vision of
Yeah.
what it looked like.
Now I'm gonna mess the whole thing up. And it was just nice to like be in the present moment, soaking it. I'm sure it was weird for them because sometimes they'd catch me looking at them. They'd be like just sitting on the bed or playing together, and I'm all just like staring. I'm like, I'm gonna really soak this in, or I'd like
Well,
take a
being
photo.
intentional. It was being intentional. Yes. Like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it was so
I'm
nice.
so happy
And
you
I
did
feel
it.
like you did the same in Miami, like
Yeah,
really
yeah,
being able. I'm
yeah.
sure again because it is
Yeah, I
hard to
did.
be away
I did.
from
Yeah,
other
I
kids.
did that. I feel like I did the whole thing with my kids. It's very hard. Again, I would talk about it, but it's very hard having the four. I even cried with my husband last week because I was like, I feel like I don't show up for everybody the same, and I'm not there. And he's like, okay, one is like an adult, the other one is like, I mean, you cannot. It's just not humanly possible. I don't know
Yeah.
why you keep trying to do this to yourself, but I just had to vent because I
Mm.
carry that as my guilt, because I feel like my first job in the world is to be their mother, and finding that we're in a different season where I have to step back and just really sit in the moments of who they are,
Mhm.
each one. And so I got this to be with my daughter. I got two things. I got to go pick her up from where she did abroad, which that was an experience in itself. And then I got to go be with her and stay with her. And we had so many conversations, and we did all our meals together. We stayed together. She
Mhm.
complained about me being too nice to people, and then, or being on my phone and wanting pictures. And it was a whole lot of interaction that we haven't had in years. So I am very, I came home exhausted, grateful, and, just love that I was able to do that, and that I allowed myself, the word again, allowed,
Yeah.
that I didn't try to control and like, say I can only do these days and you're on your own, or, flip out because I'm not controlling everybody's life here. Because,
Mhm.
other times it would have been very hard for me to, like, even my husband to manage the
To let
household
him. Yeah.
while I'm gone, because it might be scary and unstable for everybody. It's not. It's just my own mind, right? So it's it's definitely been a nice new year. I'm excited for 2026, and I just I'm glad we're here. Grateful we're here.
Yeah.
We're not all guaranteed to be here sometimes, and I'm so grateful and excited
Mhm.
to be with the team again
Yeah.
and
Nice.
see what else we're going to be doing, because
It
I
is.
know it's going to be full of great things.
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
we can't wait to show you our vision boards. We did vision boards in
Yes.
December.
Yeah.
We did a lot. I feel like we stayed pretty busy, but yet also, stayed pretty calm.
Yeah.
I feel like I definitely I think you're gonna feel resistance sometimes with certain things. I feel like with
Mhm.
you, especially
Mhm.
guilt, I think is a big resistance that a lot of women
Show
feel.
up. Mhm.
And I feel like you felt that
Yeah.
before both of your trips, like the whole
Mhm.
like I have to be productive, I need to be here working, I
Yeah.
need to be doing.
Yes.
And so I think it's important for women to just identify those, like see where you're feeling resistance and then kind of go in. And so like you have to
Mhm.
kind of talk
Yes, I did.
through it.
There was
Like
a
if
lot
you
of
have
self-talk.
kids,
Yes.
you're like, oh, you feel bad or you're scared.
Mhm.
That's normal. That's okay to feel guilty or feel
Mhm.
scared. But you can do this, and kind of talking yourself through
Mhm.
things, I feel like really helps you get past certain resistance points.
Yeah, and then it shows, your life. It shows definitely when you're willing to to let it go.
Yes. Let it go is it's a big I need to figure out my mantra for the year. Told you I'm behind.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we're actually going to be working on a vision board here at the studio, so we'll do some content about that so everybody can see for the team,
Yes.
and we'll have a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah. So we're excited for 2026. Remember to take a look back at your year last year. I think a really fun activity, if I'm sure most people have already done their planning, but since we're
We just got here.
is going through your phone and like looking at all
Oh,
the
yes.
moments.
Yeah,
I
a
was telling
recap.
my kids,
Yeah.
and even them, like your
Yes.
teens will absolutely love
Yes.
this. going through their phone like together as a
Mhm,
family
mhm.
and just being like, what were the special moments or what things, did you really
Yeah.
like? Because my kids were talking about, oh, what was their favorite moment of the year? And they're like, it's so hard to remember. And
With
it
the
is
phones,
like
that's
there's
what
so
it's
much
for.
beauty in our
Yeah.
life. And sometimes we don't go back to like even just think about like something that was so magical
The
at the moment. We're
reflecting.
on like
Mhm,
already on to the
mhm,
next thing. And so I think it's something that's really cool to go through your phone. It takes like what 20 minutes
mhm.
and identify the really cool things that happened each month and even write them out together. I think that's a really cool thing to journal because when you're in your 40s or when I'm in my 60s, I would love to look back and be like, wow, look at that little cute recap of that year. Like how fun. Yeah, I remember that, like going to New
Mhm.
York. Because one day there's new memories, fill it up, and sometimes you forget. So,
I know. I love content for that reason, guys. Cameras and all the things. Technology is a godsend.
this is our content year.
My children are like, one is like, oh, I don't understand. And you need to have it in your head. I'm like, girl, I don't know if my head's gonna remember
Yeah.
it.
How
I
many
need,
things, files I have up here?
I need the content so I can look back. And she's like, okay, I said something like, I might get Alzheimer's, and she's like, well, you'll probably just think it's a stranger. I'm like, but it might click in there. I might remember it's not a stranger. So it's good. It's all good. So we're gonna have a good time.
Yes, yes. Here's to 2026.
Yes, with our hot
May you
teas
guys
and
have an amazing year,
yeah.
and we will see you next time.
Yes.
Don't forget to stay Delulu and make it happen.
See you next time.